감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. PT코리아의 지원규 대표님이셨습니다. 이어서 9번째 연사님을 무대로 모실 텐데요. 에드 이피션시의 박우석 이사님을 무대로 모시겠습니다. Beyond Performance, How to Reach Koreans in a Cookieless World를 주제로 발표를 준비해 주셨는데요. 이사님께서는 현재 국내 퍼포먼스 마케팅을 대표하는 대행사 에드 이피션시에서 국내뿐 아니라 글로벌 마케팅 조직을 총괄하고 계십니다. 그리고 또 국민대학교 경영대학원 겸임 교수로 재직하시면서 디지털 마케팅 석사 과정에서 다양한 강의를 진행하고 계신다고 하는데요. 오늘 다가오는 Cookieless Future에서 한국의 디지털 마케터들이 고려해야 할 솔루션에 관해서 이야기해 주신다고 합니다. 여러분 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다.
Well, there are so many people than I expected. Thank you for being here. I think, yes. I'm Brandon at Agency. I'm a director of an agency on digital marketing company. I'm so honored and very excited to be here as a speaker in front of so many amazing people. I know there will be a coffee break after this session, so I hope that my presentation will be more valuable than your coffee break for everyone. Right, at Agency, I think that I'm kind of lucky to have worked with this great client. So today, I'd like to share some interesting experiences with our clients in the changing Korean digital advertising market. Before we go any further, I'd like to ask just one question. Do you really think we need advertising? Yes, absolutely. But maybe we all have different ideas about this question. But a few years ago, someone posted on Twitter that he hates advertising so much like that. But this year, he seems to be trying a little bit advertising. So although we all seem to have different ideas about advertising and effectiveness, but at least I think we need advertising. So that's why we are here, right? These two graphs show ad cost for the global digital ad market and Korean domestic digital ad market. But according to Statista, as you can see, the global domestic digital ad market and Korean market was expected to continue growing after COVID-19 pandemic, but now appears to have entered a mature stage. So what does that mean to us? I mean that advertising industry has reached a mature stage. To answer that question, let's go back to 29 years. I mean, in fact, the history of performance marketing is not that old. Below is the photo of humanity's first digital banner advertisement 29 years ago. But what was the CTR of that world first digital banner ad? The advertiser was AT&T and CTR was 44%. 44%. Wow. But what about now? What was the highest CTR you experienced these days? I know that average CTR is kind of silly question, and sometimes it sounds stupid because CTR has all different values depending on the industry, budget of campaigns, USP of creative, and whether or not you're willing to discount your product. But what if you still need to average it out? Well, I think 2 or 3% CTR seems very high to me right now. So let's say just 2. So now CTR was 44% 29 years ago, but now it's 2%. That is decrease of about 95%. What does that mean? That means as audiences continue to get smarter and privacy laws such as GDPR and CCPA become stronger, and marketers like us, around the world, need to think more effective targeting. What about Koreans? We speak the same language and live in the same city and the same time zone. In other words, it's difficult to expect a higher response simply by targeting based on time zone or language. So according to one report, total advertising market in Korea last year was about $11 billion. Among these, digital ad account for about 56%, and this proportion is gradually increasing. So in addition, we are a country where most of the population lives in cities, and the mobile penetration rate related to the population is over 123%. So considering that 92% of population are active social media users, you can imagine how Koreans are exposed to digital ad. In particular, because Koreans are so familiar with digital and the internet, so their consumption of digital content is also very fast. Even among young Koreans, it is very common to watch YouTube at 1.5x speed. They're just crazy. And the graph on the right side is the size of Korean short form video advertising market according to Statista. Short form is being consumed very quickly by impatient Koreans. So considering that advertisements are also part of content we consume, I can say that it is no longer easy to get Korean consumer to click on our advertisements. I think Korean digital marketers are getting really busy and had a lot of worry about their audience. And unfortunately, there's another factor that makes advertising in Korea more difficult. Yes, it is a cookieless future. We also cannot avoid the cookieless future. Movements to ban ad tracking, starting with Apple's ATT policy in 2021, are causing more confusion in the market than we expected. And as you know, Google's Chrome, which has most users, will soon stop supporting third-party cookies. So here are some interesting survey results. A research firm asked marketers in Korea who had experience with digital advertising campaigns in the past year, what do you think will happen if Google stops supporting third-party cookies? So most Korean marketers respond that their marketing performance will likely decline even though there is still a year left. It's kind of sad news. To find this answer, to find answer about the cookies future, I attended a lot of sessions like Advertising Week in New York 2022 and in Japan 2023. And I met so many people who were considering alternatives to the cookies future. So one senior director said that he sometimes turns off old targeting method on his MacBook. If you search for advertisements, assuming a situation where there are no cookies, what kind of thing will you see? I'm pretty sure that you don't want to see that kind of ad, because it's like advertisements that appear on the channel when you watch TV late at night in your pajamas. In other words, it's kind of math marketing, like a pizza commercial after 8 o'clock. In fact, most humans are weird to react to pizza commercial after 8 o'clock because we are human beings, right? So this is, in other words, a low value, high response ad. Because you can easily respond, but the value is like a slice of pizza. In other cases, you might see some kind of class action ad. Then why do you see these ads? These ads may miss out on targeting the right audience, maybe thousands of times, but if you get just one response, you will benefit greatly. In other words, it has low response rate but high value. So what do you think about these things? Maybe this is our future without cookies. So Korean consumers are becoming smarter and more impatient. And the marketing tools we can use due to Cookieless future are gradually disappearing. Then what should we do? According to IAB, they said we need to pay more attention to things: addressability and accountability. Addressability is the ability to find people you want to send a message to, so that means targeting. Accountability refers to the ability to measure, which is more important than targeting. So at FNC, we needed our own solution that could well support these two things, which will become more important in the future. Therefore, we have developed a lot of our own solution based on our client to optimize their addressability and accountability. So we put them all together and call them Purple Range. So Purple Range provide our customers with a lot of functions like monitoring competitors' ad creatives and ad ranking, optimizing landing pages, and automatic ranking bidding, and a solution to check out-of-stock products on the site in real time. So today, I would like to share two cases that maximize addressability and accountability using our couple of things. The first case I would like to talk about is SEM optimization for brand A. If you're considering SEM marketing in Korea, you will definitely need a high level of understanding of Naver, a search engine favored by Koreans as much as Google. Naver and Google are both search engines, but Koreans use them a little differently. In fact, Naver is one of the largest e-commerce market in Korea, and Koreans, including myself, seems to have a habit of searching for products on Coupon or eBay, and then checking Naver again to see if there is lowest price or if there is genuine shopping mall. So Naver shopping search ads are used as very important means of performance marketing in Korea. And this is an absolutely strong tool, especially if you're thinking about video for your low funnel in Korea. Let's take a closer look at Naver shopping search ad. It is very similar to Amazon's sponsored product ad. If you have separate official website, you can show your website products to your interested audience in the Naver shopping area through Naver shopping feed. Since the product on the website are connected to Naver through Naver feed, if your popular products are frequently sold out, you may see a decrease in your advertising efficiency. And this is traditional advertisement in which the ranking changes based on the bidding system. So monitoring your competitors' ranking strategy in real time is so important. Here is an example of luxury brand A, our client. The first, it was very difficult for brand A to figure out in real time which of 6,000 products would be out of stock. Of course, this is a happy concern, right? But as an agency, we had a lot of worries. And second, as the number of competitors in the same category on Naver shopping increased, advertising prices were rising. Therefore, to increase the efficiency of Naver shopping search for this brand, we created Site Pulse, a solution that can monitor the out-of-stock status of brand A's products in real time. We also created a solution called Bid Optimizer that automatically monitor competitors' ad rankings and automatically bid for brand A's optimal ranking. Through these two solutions, we were able to detect, even if brand A suddenly went out of stock, quickly determine which product should have higher advertising rank and automatically bid on bidding rank for that product. As a result, impression increased by 31%, ROIS, increased by 17%. CPC decreased by 15%. CPA decreased by 10%. It's kind of cool. I think this video can help you understand our solution more easily.
We will now introduce our monitoring solution for client search engine marketing and inventory status. In 2022, our client launched official website in Korea, and ad efficiency has been executing search and shopping campaigns to increase sales. And for seasonal best-selling products, the daily performance was affected by the inventory status. However, with over 6,000 products, it was challenging to manage all inventories in real time. And considering the aspect of the market and media conditions, we identified 3 key points. First, many new players are entering the market. Second, ad costs are going up. Third, Naver's search ad platform only allows for manual bidding right now. So we want to highlight 2 solutions per client. Number 1, we designed a shopping ad length monitoring solution. With this tool, simply by entering keywords, we can easily see which competitors are buying our brand keywords. It led us to make a decision for bidding proactively. Number 2, we engineered an inventory tracking solution. So we can watch our inventory status in real time, and it updates on our dashboard. The status changes based on the Buy Now button. This has freed up time for us to create new plans and analyze data. Productivity is a crucial metric of agency's performance. So we are committed to build a technological development.
There we go. Okay, let's move on to the last case. The last case is our solution for bank creative. Here is a tool called Google Vision API. Google Vision API is a kind of tool that helps us recognize images and classify features by converting them into data like this. So put it simply, when you input an image into the Google Vision API, the features are classified and divided like this. So you can see the facial expression of the person, if there is a person, and the level of sadness or happiness on her or his face. And it could even tell you whether the object in your image is a jacket or pants. So which elements are in the image are automatically classified as a data. You can crawl and copy and archive it as text data. Even find the most used color, and you can even find out how much violence or sensationality the image contains. So this is a great tool for analyzing images. We use this strong tool, Google Vision API, to classify the features of the creative of the campaign we operate over past year. So we classified and analyzed 1 year of data, because at this time we wanted to know what creatives with high advertising efficiency had in common using data, not just intuition. However, it was very difficult to find out what highly effective advertisements had in common using data only, the data classified in this way. So this is because the budget, period, KPI of each campaign are all different. So it was very hard to define what is a good advertisement. So we created our own formula and called it ad efficiency score. And by applying this, our own score and formula, we created Vision Insight, a creative analysis and recommendation solution. Through this Vision Insight, we were able to find out 2 things. First, you can see what the creatives have achieved the best result have in common. And second, through similarity measurement, you can find out what elements should be included in the optimal ad image and even their expected number of conversion. Now, we can use data to see what better creatives have in common using our unique formula with Google Vision API. No matter your campaign goals or budget, So for example, an image of two bags laid out like that during the same season had a much higher CTR and conversion rate than photo of shoes for this brand. So now, if we create images in the same season, we can use this data to come up with new ideas. So therefore, when we design creative, we can talk about things to keep in mind, such as a number of objects and how to configure background colors to match the season. And additionally, we are now able to recommend creatives to this brand based on the similarity. We use content-based recommendation method here. It works by matching content you like and recommending content we think you will like just like Netflix. So Vision Insight operates with the same logic. And by analyzing the similarity of high-performing creatives, we can recommend creatives that will achieve higher performance back to this brand. By measuring similarity, we are able to recommend the optimal banner image for this brand and even figure out the expected number of clicks and conversions for that creatives. Of course, in order for the whole process to work well, we need two things. First, we need well-structured data on ad performance by creative. And second, we must have at least 1 year of data for this brand, because we need to know the performance for all seasons, right? So however, if we satisfy this all kind of conditions by analyzing our clients' ad performance data and creatives, we believe we can create ad creatives that people will respond even in a cookieless future. This video can help you understand it.
Introducing Ad Efficiency Vision Insight. Google Vision API is a tool to create applications with image recognition and classification features. We use the Google Vision API to classify creative features one by one: face, objects, labels, text, properties, and safe search. By applying our formula to this data, we create Vision Insight, a solution for creative analysis and recommendation. Through Vision Insight, we are able to answer the following two questions. What do the most effective creatives in this campaign have in common? So what is the optimal creative for the brand? Analyzing the brand's banner image data, we are able to tell them what elements should go into better creatives. And based on this analyzed data, content-based recommendation logic is used to recommend the optimal creatives for the brand. By measuring similarity, we are able to recommend the optimal banner for this brand. And even figure out the expected number of clicks and conversions.
Okay, that's all my presentation today, but I would like to say just one more thing before we go. I think there are so many kind of data in the world, like, just like these dots, but you cannot do anything with the data alone. So if you want to look beyond the data, you need to categorize it real well. And we call this information, like this. And the ability to connect this information well, we call that knowledge. But beyond the knowledge, we must be able to find out which knowledge is more important. At this time, we call this insight. But the ability to connect those insights, we call that wisdom. So you cannot do anything with a cookieless feature, simply just scatters data. So if you're thinking about marketing in Korea, just feel free to contact Ad Efficiency. We are ready to turn your data into wisdom. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다. 에드 에피션시의 박우석 이사님이셨습니다. 지금까지 총 4개의 발표 청해 들었는데요. 저희는 잠시 휴식 시간을 가진 뒤 이어서 다음